Have you ever caught yourself thinking, why does everything feel harder now than it did just a few years ago? Maybe climbing the stairs leaves you a little winded, or your sleep isn't as restful as it once was. Perhaps you've noticed more pills piling up in your weekly organizer and started wondering, is this just how aging works? You're not alone. Many people over 60 begin to feel like their health is slowly slipping out of their hands. But here's the good news, it doesn't have to be that way. You see, living a long life isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about living with energy, purpose, and freedom without relying on a shelf full of medications. And yes, that's absolutely possible. There are real people in their 80s and 90s today, still sharp, active, and medication-free, who prove that age doesn't have to mean decline. The secret? It's not luck or magic. It's small, consistent habit. The kind you can start today. In this video, I want to share with you 7 simple, powerful habits that can help you live longer, feel stronger, and stay off unnecessary medications well into your 90s. You won't need any fancy equipment or a strict schedule. These are practical steps that you can take at your own pace, and they really work. Let's start with something so basic that it's often overlooked: moving your body every single day. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights at the gym. I mean gentle, regular movement like walking around the block, stretching in the morning, or even dancing in your living room to your favorite oldies. The goal is to keep your blood flowing and your muscles awake. When we stop moving, our bodies slowly begin to shut down. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and balance becomes harder to maintain. But when we move even just a little, we're sending signals to our brain and body that we still need strength, that we're still in the game. Just 20 to 30 minutes a day of light movement can improve circulation, lower blood pressure, and even help keep your blood sugar in check. That's less time than it takes to watch an episode of your favorite show. And if walking isn't easy for you right now, start with sitting stretches or water aerobics. There's no shame in starting small. What matters is doing something every day. Your bones, heart, and brain will thank you for it. Speaking of your brain, let's talk about what you eat, because your brain is just as hungry for healthy fuel as the rest of your body. Our second habit is about cutting back on processed foods and eating more natural, whole foods that truly nourish you. And no, this doesn't mean you have to go on a strict diet or give up everything you love. But think about this: many of the packaged foods we rely on, those quick frozen meals, sugary snacks, or salty canned soups, are full of chemicals, preservatives, and ingredients that do your body no favors. Over time, they cause inflammation, spike your blood pressure, and put strain on your organs, especially your liver and kidneys. That's one of the big reasons so many older adults end up on medications for things like blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes. You don't have to become a gourmet chef to eat well. Just try simple changes. Choose fresh fruits over packaged desserts. Cook at home more often, even if it's just scrambled eggs and steamed veggies. Use olive oil instead of margarine. Add nuts, seeds, and leafy greens to your meals when you can. Your food doesn't need to be perfect, just real. And here's a tip: start reading food labels. If there's a long list of ingredients you can't pronounce, your body probably doesn't recognize them either. Whole foods are your best friend. They help your body work better and reduce your need for pills down the line. Now, once you start moving more and eating better, you might begin to feel a difference, but there's another habit that works quietly in the background to protect your body every single night. That's getting good, deep sleep. And no, I don't mean just lying in bed for 8 hours. I mean truly restful sleep that helps your body repair, your mind reset, and your immune system recharge. A lot of people over 60 struggle with sleep. Maybe you're waking up often, having trouble falling asleep, or just not feeling rested in the morning. But here's something important: poor sleep isn't just annoying. Over time, it can increase your risk for heart disease, memory problems, and even falls. That's why our third habit is to create a relaxing bedtime routine and stick to a regular sleep schedule. Try this: about an hour before bed, turn off the TV and put away your phone. Dim the lights. Make a cup of herbal tea, something like chamomile or lemon balm. Take a warm bath, read a calming book, or listen to soft music. These little cues help your brain wind down and prepare for rest. And if you can, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body loves routine, and the more consistent your sleep schedule, the deeper your sleep becomes. If you're still having trouble sleeping, avoid heavy meals late at night, and cut back on caffeine in the afternoon. And don't be afraid to talk to your doctor. Not every sleep problem needs a pill to fix. Sometimes small changes in your habits make a bigger difference than you'd expect. When you move your body daily, eat foods that truly nourish you, and sleep well each night, you're already building a powerful foundation for long, healthy living. These 3 habits work together like a team, strengthening your heart, sharpening your mind, and reducing your chances of needing medication for things like high blood pressure or diabetes. But we're just getting started. There are more habits you can build, simple, life-changing ones that will help you stay strong, independent, and full of energy as you age. One habit that often gets overlooked, yet plays a huge role in how long and how well you live, is staying socially connected. You might not think of this as a health habit, but it truly is. After all, what's the point of living longer if you feel lonely or forgotten? It's easy, especially after retirement or after the kids have grown, to feel like the world is moving on without you. Friends move away. Loved ones pass. Daily routines change. But staying connected to people, to your community, even to a hobby group, can add real years to your life. When we regularly spend time with others, laugh, have conversations, and feel seen, our brain releases chemicals that lower stress, reduce inflammation, and protect our heart. It doesn't have to be a huge social circle. Just 1 or 2 people you can talk to, who listen and understand, can make a big difference. So if you've been putting off calling an old friend, or if you've thought about joining a local walking group or book club but haven't taken the step, this is your sign. Do it. Reach out. Reconnect. You're not a burden. In fact, your stories, your presence, and your wisdom matter more than you know. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools for long-term health, and it won't cost you a thing. That's your mindset. Your attitude, how you think about life, and how you respond to challenges have a direct impact on your health. Studies have shown that people with a positive outlook, those who believe they still have purpose, who keep learning, laughing, and looking forward to things, live longer and experience fewer chronic illnesses. And this isn't about pretending to be happy or ignoring tough times. It's about choosing to focus on what you can do, instead of what you can't. Maybe you've had health scares, or you're dealing with aches and pains that weren't there 10 years ago. That's real. But even in those moments, you still have choices. You can still find joy in small things, a good cup of coffee, a sunny morning, hearing from your grandchildren. You can still set new goals. Maybe it's learning a new skill, or taking a short trip, or even just walking a bit further this week than last week. A growth mindset keeps your brain engaged and your spirit alive. Try this: each morning, write down one thing you're grateful for and one thing you're looking forward to. It might feel silly at first, but this tiny habit can rewire your thinking over time. You begin to see possibilities instead of limitations. And that simple shift in mindset can reduce your stress levels, lower your risk of depression, and even support your immune system. Yes, your thoughts can protect your health as much as any medicine can. Now, while staying connected and keeping a positive outlook are powerful on their own, there's another habit that ties them together: staying mentally active. Just like your body, your brain needs regular exercise to stay in shape. And no, that doesn't mean solving complicated math problems or reading textbooks. It means challenging your mind just enough to keep it sharp, curious, and creative. Think of your brain like a garden. If you water it, feed it, and give it sunshine, it blooms. But if you ignore it, it starts to wither. So how do you water your brain? You try new things. Learn a new recipe. Practice a new language. Play a card game with friends. Even doing puzzles or learning how to use a new app on your phone keeps those neurons firing. When your brain is active, your memory improves, your focus sharpens, and your risk of conditions like dementia or Alzheimer's can go down. One simple idea is to set aside just 15 minutes a day for something new or challenging. Maybe you read a new article online, watch a documentary, or teach yourself a skill like drawing or gardening. And here's the fun part, this kind of brain activity doesn't feel like work. It's enjoyable, often relaxing, and something you can look forward to. You might even surprise yourself with what you can still learn and do at this stage in life. And remember, it's not about being perfect. You don't have to master anything. Just the act of trying, of staying curious and mentally engaged, keeps your brain young. It gives your day purpose. It helps you stay connected to the world and builds confidence in your abilities. By now, you might be starting to see how these habits work together. Moving your body fuels your energy. Eating real food keeps your organs strong. Sleeping well resets your system. Staying social lifts your mood. A positive mindset helps you bounce back. And keeping your brain active protects your independence. These aren't huge changes that require turning your life upside down. They're small, steady steps you can start right now. You don't need to be perfect or do them all at once. Even picking just one habit to work on this week is a powerful choice. You're showing your body and your mind that you still care about your health and your future. And that intention alone has power. There's still more we can do to build a life that feels full of energy, clarity, and peace, without needing to depend on medications for every little thing. You have more control over your health than you may think. You just need the right tools and the motivation to use them. You're already doing that just by being here and listening. There's one more habit I want to talk about, and it may be the most underrated one of all. It's about stress, more specifically, how you manage it. You might not feel stressed in the way younger people do, rushing around with jobs and schedules. But stress comes in many forms, especially as we get older. It can show up as worry about your health, financial concerns, family issues, or even feeling left out or unsure about your place in the world now that things have changed. Here's the truth: chronic stress quietly damages your body. It raises your blood pressure, weakens your immune system, affects your sleep, and makes it harder to control weight and blood sugar. You might feel it as tension in your shoulders, a tight chest, or just feeling exhausted even when you haven't done much. Over time, these little signs add up. That's why learning how to reduce stress isn't just a nice idea, it's a real part of staying healthy and living longer. So what can you do about it? First, know that it doesn't have to be complicated. Even a few minutes of quiet breathing each day can calm your nervous system. Sit in a chair, close your eyes, and take a few slow breaths in and out. It sounds simple, but this one practice can lower your heart rate and bring your mind back to the present. Some people like to pray, meditate, or repeat calming words to themselves. Others enjoy nature, just sitting outside under a tree or walking slowly through the garden. Another great way to release stress is journaling. You don't need to be a writer. Just grab a notebook and write whatever comes to your mind. It can help you process feelings, notice patterns, and let go of things you've been carrying around. Sometimes, putting words on paper is enough to stop them from spinning in your head. If writing isn't your thing, consider music. Play your favorite songs, ones that make you feel good, relaxed, or joyful. Music has a way of reaching parts of us that words can't. And don't underestimate the power of laughter. Watch a funny movie or spend time with someone who lifts your spirits. Laughter really is medicine. It relaxes the body, boosts immunity, and makes life feel lighter. The key is to find what calms you and do it regularly. Don't wait until you feel overwhelmed. Make it a habit, like brushing your teeth or taking a walk. You'll notice you sleep better, feel more clear-headed, and have more patience and energy for the people you love. Now, as we look back at all the habits we've talked about: daily movement, eating real food, restful sleep, staying socially connected, keeping a positive outlook, staying mentally active, and managing stress, there's a common thread that runs through them all. They're not quick fixes. They're not magic tricks. They're small, steady choices that support your body and mind over time. And that's what makes them powerful. You might be thinking, this sounds great, but I've already spent years doing things the other way. Is it too late to start? Let me tell you right now, it is never too late. The human body is incredible. It responds to change. It heals. It adapts. You could be 65, 75, or even 85, and your body will still say thank you when you take care of it. Every healthy habit you begin now gives you more energy, more clarity, and more freedom down the line. You don't need to do all of this at once. In fact, trying to change everything overnight often leads to frustration. Start small. Pick one habit from today that speaks to you. Maybe it's going for a walk after breakfast, or swapping soda for water, or calling a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Stick with it for a week. Then build from there. This isn't a race. It's your life. And it's worth investing in. The truth is, we all want to live long, but what we really want is to live well. To stay independent. To wake up with energy. To enjoy our days without pain or pills. And with the habits we've talked about today, you can absolutely move in that direction. So, take a moment to think. What's one small thing you can do today that your future self will thank you for? Maybe it's putting on your shoes for a short walk. Maybe it's choosing an apple instead of a cookie. Maybe it's just taking 5 deep breaths and reminding yourself you're still in control. If this message has helped you, or made you feel more hopeful about your health, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments. What habits are you already working on? What challenges do you face? Let's make this a place where we support each other, where seniors can share wisdom, struggles, and encouragement. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every week, we'll be sharing practical tips and motivational stories to help you live your best life after 60. Whether you're working toward better health, stronger relationships, or more peace of mind, you are not alone. Here's to living your best life full of movement, laughter, love, and confidence. No matter your age, you can feel better, live stronger, and thrive without being tied to medications. You've got this.